Hi, this is Teresa with Let's Move Austin. It's April 2021, and we are in the midst of an extreme seller's market here in Austin. There is very low inventory, and buyers are fighting. I haven't seen one literally fight yet, but with the offers, they are fighting for properties. A lot of people have asked me, how is it that your brokerage is able to get so many buyers under contract? What are you doing to make sure these buyers get their houses? So I wanted to take time to outline our strategy for writing winning offers in a seller's market. First and foremost is price. This is a market where you have to be able to pay the list price and over. How much over is going to depend on how the home is priced. We're seeing homes priced in the typical conventional wisdom where you look back 90 days and you kind of take an average and price it there. Those homes usually go pretty far over the asking price because our market has gone up so rapidly, so quickly. And so we do a detailed analysis, and we will look at not just the solds, but also the under contract properties to try to analyze what is the right price for that home today, not 90 days ago. But price is a huge factor. Number two is we're seeing buyers do appraisal waivers. And a lot of people don't really know what that is. They think, well, if I'm waiving the appraisal, that sounds kind of good for me as a buyer. That's not it. If you're buying a home using a mortgage, the lender is going to require an appraisal because the bank is not going to loan more than the property is worth per an appraiser. Appraisers look back at historical sales. So they are a little more conservative than our current market, which again is increasing in prices rapidly. So an appraisal waiver means that you as a buyer would be willing to waive your right to renegotiate the contract if the appraisal comes in lower than your contract price. If that happens, you would be committing to pay the difference in cash. This is risky because you'd be writing your contract well before you know what that appraised value really is. Now we have, again, a lot of detailed analysis to help our clients understand what that potential gap might be and whether they have the financial means to make up the difference in cash. So our clients are still in the driver's seat, and if they can't do an appraisal waiver on this particular property, we'll wait to find a property that fits their finances better. Number three, we are seeing people offer a very high amount of option money. Here in Texas, we don't have inspection periods, we have option periods. And during that time, the buyer gets a couple days, maybe a week, and during that time, they have the option to change their mind for any reason, and they can terminate the transaction and get their earnest money back. But the option money is paid to the seller and they never get it back. If you terminate, that money's gone. If you stay in the contract, it goes towards your purchase price. So in a more balanced market, we might see $250 for a 7-day option period. In this market, we are seeing buyers show they are serious about a property by offering thousands of dollars in option money in a very short number of days. So you might have a $10,000 option for just a 3-day period. So again, it's a way for the buyer to show they're serious. The fourth way is another way for the buyer to show they're very serious is to have a high earnest money. Earnest money is typically 1% of the purchase price of the home, and it's held by the title company, and it's refundable for several different reasons at different points of the transaction. Well, in this market, we're seeing often buyers offer double or even more. And the earnest money is applicable to the purchase price. So if you have the cash available to offer it up front and you do intend to follow through with the purchase, this can be a way to really get a seller's attention that's not very risky to you as a buyer. The fifth thing, there's kind of a laundry list or compilation of just little terms that all bundled together, if we write them very favorable to the seller, it can make your offer stand out. Things that we wouldn't see in a more balanced market, such as buyers paying the owner's title insurance policy. Typically, this is a seller paid expense, But in this market, many buyers are offering to pay it because it's a couple $1,000s usually. It varies on the price of the house. And this can be a bargaining chip that maybe somebody else didn't write in their offer. Another thing, we're not able to really ask sellers to pay for buyers' home warranties, or I don't recommend that buyers ask if the refrigerator can be included or the patio furniture. This is not the time to be overreaching. And the last thing that we see a lot of in this market is offering the sellers a lease back. Now, if the property is vacant, this probably won't be needed. But if the seller is also, trying to buy a house, giving them a lease back where they can stay in the house after you buy it, this can give them a buffer to help plan their future move more easily. And this is a big, big win for some sellers. I usually recommend that my clients consider offering at least 30 days at no cost to the seller, because as a buyer, your first mortgage payment won't be due for about 6 weeks after you close on the house. So 30 days to the seller for free, it can be a nice perk for them, and it's not really costing you anything out of pocket. So these are just a few of the tips and the things we're seeing on the regular for buyers who want to be competitive in a low inventory market. I could probably go on all day about extra little things we could do, but these are some of the highlights. And if you'd like to get in touch with anyone from Let's Move Austin about the possibility of buying or selling property, give us a call, 512-297-3442. Thank you.